One thing I get asked a lot as a Disney vlogger is which Marvel-themed restaurant in Disneyland Paris is better? Is it Pym Kitchen in Avengers Campus or Downtown Restaurant at the New York Hotel, The Art of Marvel? So in this video, I'm going to show you both experiences in both restaurants so you can make up your mind at the end of the video. Hopefully see which buffet restaurant I should say, is the best one for you. Now let's talk about Pym Kitchen first. Pym Kitchen, the restaurant, you can see it there behind me. This restaurant is a buffet restaurant in Avengers Campus, the new land that opened in Walt Disney Studios Park in Disneyland Paris only a few months ago. It's got really fun theming with big particles and little particles, which means the food that you're going to get there at this buffet restaurant is also going to be either very big or tiny, which is very exciting, very, very fun for kids as well. It's also a very popular restaurant, as you can see. There's quite a long queue here waiting. It is about 7 p.m. as well at the moment. You can see the menu here as well, which we're going to talk about later on in the video. Now, thankfully, I do have a reservation, but as you can see, you can also just wait in line to get a walk-up. Now, unlike Pym's Kitchen, Downtown Restaurant isn't located in any of the parks in Disneyland Paris, but it's actually in one of the hotels, Hotel New York, Art of Marvel. And this is a beautiful hotel. It was recently renovated and reopened last year in June of 2021 with a new theming of Marvel. So it's definitely worth checking out this hotel anyway. And if you book to eat at Downtown, it gives you an excuse to come to this hotel. Have a look at all the artworks they've got going on. I mean, even the entrance, the lobby itself is just magnificent. So in terms of the table setting at Pym's, it's very, very cool. The plate mats are fun. You've got the Pym Kitchen sign logo over there. Loads of photos as well. 4 mischievous spider bots have escaped from the web workshop. Help us find them all. So basically, for kids, this would be a fun little game to play as well whilst they're waiting for their food, even though it is a buffet. And then one of my favorite things about Pym Kitchen is actually like the condiments, so the salt and pepper, the oils, etc., vinegar. The way they're presented in these little test tubes just goes so well with the theming of the restaurant. So yeah, really like just the vibe of the table itself. And as you can see, even the napkins over here have the Pym Kitchen logo on them. And then the menu is just over here. Obviously, you're going to go to the buffet to get your food, which we're going to go and have a look at later on in the video. But if you want to get some additional drinks, some cocktails, etc., they do actually have some signature ones here at Pym Kitchen, which look quite fun in terms of how they're presented. I'm not going to get any today, but let me know in the comments down below because I might come back in a future video and try some of the drinks here. But I just wanted to show you what the prices are like. Of course, as I said, they're going to be an additional price to the price of the buffet itself. With the buffet, you only just get one soft drink included. All buffet restaurants in Disneyland Paris are going to be loud, and this one, Pym Kitchen, is no exception. So even though it's quite a big space, definitely significantly bigger than Downtown Restaurant, and I don't feel as like crowded as at Downtown. Like I'm not next to anybody. You can see there's quite a lot of space kind of in between the tables, which is nice. Of course, it does depend on where you're located as well. Thankfully, my table is in a very prime location in terms of it being very close to the buffet, which we're going to get to in a bit, but also quite far from everyone else, which I like, you know. Before we get to the actual buffet and the food available, which I'm sure is what you're most looking forward to as well, I thought I would show you the layout of the table too, because of course it's called Disney's Hotel New York, The Art of Marvel. Downtown Restaurant does have very much a Marvel theme on its tables. You get the plate mats, which is lovely. You get your salt and peppers on the table as well, and then you've got these beautiful napkins that say Disney's Hotel New York, The Art of Marvel on them. So there you go. This is my table for one. At Downtown, the tables all feel a lot more close to each other because it's a very small place anyway. You almost feel like in some ways you're on top of each other because it's just a small place, but that's fine. I mean, you're in Disney, it's going to be a busy place. But yes, so the menu of Downtown Restaurant, basically with it being called Hotel New York, the idea with this buffet is that you've got 3 different sections of food, which you're going to have a look at in a second, but one part is Asian themed, the other one is Italian, and then the third part is American. Almost like the kind of different cultures that are represented the most in New York City, in America. Non, mais moi j'ai un passagnol. Je peux avoir une grande bouteille d'eau, s'il vous plaît? Bien sûr que oui. Et puis aussi du jus de pomme. Jus de pomme, oui, s'il vous plaît. Merci, merci, très gentil. You guys would have just seen me order my drinks at Downtown, and my waiter seems really lovely, so shout out to him. But one thing to note is that at Downtown, the drinks are not included. So the price for Downtown is actually 42 euros, but that's without any drinks. Doesn't matter if it's a soft drink or obviously alcoholic drink, no drinks. 42 euros just for the actual price of the buffet itself. The way the buffet is laid out here at Pym Kitchen in Avengers Campus is very, very logical. It kind of starts off with the children's items, the kids section, then moves on to starters, and then of course a variety of different food items that you can get. And then on the other side you have one section dedicated to desserts only. So let's go and have a look at the buffet now. This section here is for kids. So you can see these mini burgers that are very much plain. I think it's just the patty, the bun, and some ketchup. They've got some chips, and then some mac and cheese over there, some rice, some cauliflower by the looks of it. And it's well worth noting that even though this is the kids section, adults can of course use it as well if they want to. Starter wise, they've got some salads, but not just any salads. The salads actually do have some large, well, you know, abnormally large croutons. You can't actually see them here, I don't think, but if you want to check out my previous like full-on Pym Kitchen video, then you might be able to see them. But you can get a variety of toppings for your salads as well, different dressings. That's a chicken one over there, very, very fresh as well by the looks of it. Some more salady stuff here, some carrots over here, cucumbers, etc., and then some nachos as well if you want to, some pickles. So yeah, a good selection I would say of starters. There are some cheeses here as well, as you can see, some ham too, if that's more of your vibe in terms of starters. I do always like to point out the cool fun elements of Pym Kitchen as well. I mean, look at that. The grains, again, they all kind of come in test tubes, and so do the olive oils, etc. They all are very much themed with the restaurant. Carrying on with the last bit of the starters, they've got some different kinds of salads over here, as you can see. I'm not quite sure what this is, maybe just regular mayonnaise, but then they also have blue mayonnaise over there, which honestly just tastes exactly the same as regular mayo. It's just my favorite color, which makes it even better. And then some more salads there, and is it some prawns over there, shrimps? Yeah, you can get some shrimps there too, which is always nice. Now, one of the coolest things about Pym Kitchen are of course the giant foods. We've got a giant pretzel over here on the left hand side, you can see, as well as a giant hot dog, and you can take little pieces of it if you wish to, which is fun. You can be a part of a bigger thing if you want. Look at this giant burger as well. There's not a lot of it left, but they will bring another one out of course once this one is finished. It's a huge burger, and again you can get a little slice of it if you wish to. It's actually really, really nice. The meat in that is phenomenal. Or you can opt to get one of the mini burgers. These are a little bit different to the ones from the kids section because they have a bit more in them. You can see there's salads and tomatoes in them, whereas the kids one didn't have those. Of course, you'll also get your selection of breads here, which you can just pick up if you want to. I wouldn't recommend eating a lot of breads if you're coming to a buffet restaurant, because obviously you want to try and eat as much of the actual food as possible, and you don't want to fill up on bread. But also behind it, you can see what the drinks are meant to look like. So as I said, I'm not getting a drink today, but if you do get, I think the wine is meant to come that way in like a little test tube, and it's blue, and I think these are some of the other drinks that you can get here. So yeah, they are all very, very fun. They seem to have some tomato sauce here with pasta, cheesy pasta, I think. So yeah, let's have a look there. Salsa con gorgonzola. I definitely mispronounced that, but it's right next to the kind of big hot dogs and the big burger. So there you go. One of my favorite things at Pym Kitchen, which I tried last time I was here, is the jambalaya over here. It was really, really tasty. My first time trying it, and I'm definitely going to get some again today. They do also have some roast potatoes here, so if you're not a big fan of chips from the kids section and you really want your kind of potato carb intake for the night, you can get some of these nice roasted potatoes here. This is a crumble from vegetables, a vegetable crumble right next to jambalaya, and then here they've got some wheat strips and chickpeas. So I would imagine this would be a vegan dish. It does actually say this is a vegan one, which is nice to know. There's some glazed salmon here as well. Actually looks really, really lovely. Really nice. I might have to try that, we'll see. And of course, corn dogs. The first time in a long, long time that Disneyland Paris has had corn dogs. In fact, it might actually be the very first time. Sadly, it's in a buffet restaurant, but it's nice that they have them here, and I'm definitely going to get some tonight. Oh, that looks really good too. That is apparently prawn and coriander stir fry. I don't remember this being a thing last time I was here, so definitely going to have to try that one. I do love prawns. And it looks like they've just brought, I want to say, these seem to be like ribs or something. Barbecued ribs, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there you go. They do tend to bring out quite a lot of food again. It's quite a stressful experience, buffet restaurants. I'm not necessarily the biggest fans of them, but sometimes the foods are good, and obviously the theming's nice. It is worth coming to check out. These ones here are Mexican rolls, which again I have tried before and I might try again tonight. They're very, very nice. This one is a plant-based crab flavor cake, so this one again is vegan. I might try one today, we'll see. Looks interesting. And then some vegetables here. These green beans are very, very long. Again, very big with the theming of Pym Kitchen. And then they've got some gnocchi here as well. All look very, very nice. Now, at downtown, the buffet is organized in a very logical way, starting with the American part first, carrying on to, I think, Italian next, and then the Asian part is the last section. So let's go and have a look at all the food now. I'm excited. This is the first section of the buffet, starting with some freshly made burgers, which look amazing. Hello. Oh, nice to meet you. Yeah, they're very, very popular. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Yeah. Oh, the burgers look amazing. Cast members are fantastic as well. And these are very popular, so I'm definitely going to get some of these. And then here you've got some jambon, which is basically some ham on the bone. These potatoes are phenomenal. From the roasted potatoes. You get some courgettes at the end as well, which is kind of like a staple in most buffets, to be fair. They are very well themed though, and you can spot some Mickey-shaped courgettes in there as well, which is cute. You've got your green beans over here, and then here we've got some hash browns, or crispy potatoes as they like to call them, with Mickey's face there, barbecue sauce, and then over there we've got chicken wings, barbecue chicken wings. That looks good too. And then of course you've got all your condiments over here, some butter, some different sauces. You can also get some meats there as well. It says beef brisket, which again, nice and freshly made. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're the best. Then the dessert section we're going to get to later, but the next part is the Italian section of the buffet, and you can kind of get a glimpse for now. Looks like they've got some roasted salmon. That looks really good. Some mac and cheese, which I have tried before. Checked it out in some of my previous vlogs. It's amazing. Then they've got this potato gnocchi over here, and then some eggplants here. Oh my god, those garlic breads, honestly, I know it's just garlic bread, but they're reason enough to come to downtown. They are phenomenal. Then they've got a variety of pizzas as well. I believe the middle one is currently empty because it's probably the most popular one, but there's a cheese one over here as well. Then they've got some pastas with some beef meatballs here, some more pastas over there, different kinds of sauces for your pastas too. And again, they're making the pizzas fresh over there, so I think they're going to be replacing that empty plate that we saw in a second. And yeah, some cured hams over here as well. So again, with most buffets you're going to get a salad bar too, and this seems to be the salad bar, as you can see. Yeah, loads of options available. And what I would say is that it's not the best for vegetarians. They used to have vegan burgers here, but for some reason they stopped them. I'm not sure why, but I guess they still have some salads and maybe a couple of vegetarian and vegan options too. Again, we have a little dessert section in between the areas, the different kind of countries or cuisines. But this last section is the Asian section. So we've got some rice here, some noodles which look delicious. What is this? Some vegetables with coriander stir fry. That looks really good. I've tried that before, sweet and sour pork. It's quite nice. I'm not the biggest fan of pork personally though. And then some shrimp and chili sauce. That looks good too. They even do some dim sums here, which you can find in those little baskets there. Now I'm not going to get them, but you can get them if you wish to. And again, some more kind of freshly made things there. That looks to be some shrimps and some beef, which you can have with your noodles. And then also some fish over there. And that actually looks really good as well. To be honest, the Asian section of this buffet probably smells the best in my opinion. So for my first plate, I decided to get some jambalaya because I really enjoyed it last time I was here. And I've also got some Mexican rolls, one of the corn dogs, one of the salmon pieces as well. I'm really curious to try it. And then I got myself one of the crab cakes as well, the kind of crab vegan items, just because I'm very curious. And then some of the prawn stir fries as well. A real mix of things, to be honest, and of course some blue mayo as well. Oh, and by the way, whilst we're at it, they do also bring you a pretzel. They bring a pretzel to every single table here at Pym's, which is a nice touch, you know. It's not like a huge pretzel, it's not too big, but it's a nice little element. Sometimes I feel like often with buffet restaurants you tend to eat so much anyway that, especially if you're a solo traveler, even if you're a couple, you might not have enough space to also have a pretzel, especially because you can also get some pretzels from the actual buffet too. But I do like that every table gets one. I think it's really cute. So from that first plate, the winner is definitely the jambalaya again. I already knew I was going to enjoy it because I'd had it once before, and it's still good. It was a little bit cold today, just compared to other stuff that I had on my plate. For some reason this one just wasn't as hot, but then again it's very, very busy. The actual buffet was busy. I was in a queue for a while to just get my food, so that makes sense. And also the fact that I film as well could be a reason as to why it was cold, but it was still very, very tasty. I really enjoyed it. Another surprise though was the salmon. I thought the salmon was excellent. Really, really good salmon, probably my second favorite thing on my first plate. And then the Mexican rolls, really tasty. Again, this was my second time trying them. I already knew I was going to enjoy them, but they're very, very nice and quite spicy too. So if you don't like spicy food, maybe avoid those. but I really, really enjoyed them. The corn dog, though, I have to say, unfortunately, is so average. I really don't get it. It's literally just a sausage, like deep fried around it. I don't really understand the hype, but maybe I need to try it once in America, in the US. So next time I go to one of the US parks, I'll give it a go and see if I like it any more there. But I'm glad they have the option here anyway. The stir fry, the kind of shrimp prawn stir fry, I was really looking forward to trying it. Sadly, I was disappointed. It was just alright. I mean, I'd eat it. I did eat most of it, but it wasn't my favorite by any means. And then last and by all means least, that vegan thing, the vegan crab cake or whatever it was called, just really didn't taste good, unfortunately. And I'm very disappointed to say that, because I'm a big supporter of more vegan options in Disneyland Paris restaurants, and they do have quite a few vegan options here, but the crab one that I was interested in really didn't taste much of crab at all. It just tasted of fakeness. I'm not sure what kind of fake meat they use, but I honestly couldn't even finish it. I only took one. I ate half of it, as you saw, and then the rest I was just like, I can't. It really did not taste good. It's one of those things where I would only really eat it if there was nothing else available. I would never, even if they gave it to me for free, I wouldn't eat that, sorry to say. But I'm gonna get my second plate now. Now, for my first plate at downtown, I decided to go for a mix of American and Italian with some mac and cheese, which I have tried before and really enjoyed, to be honest, and then some of the roast potatoes, which again I think are delicious, as well as the barbecue chicken wings, which I think they might have changed them since the last time I was here. I don't remember them being barbecued flavored last time I was here, but I thought I'd give them a go. And then of course I had to go for my beautiful garlic bread as well. The garlic bread here, I just love it. I really do. And then for my drinks, which as I mentioned before are not included in the price of the buffet, I decided to go for a big bottle of water, because I just enjoy water, as well as treat myself to an apple juice as well. So from that first plate, I think the garlic bread was probably the winner. I mean, the mac and cheese is also very good, but the garlic bread is just, I love garlic bread anyway, and the ones that they have here at Downtown Restaurant are really, really nice. The chicken wings were fine. They're quite barbecue, and I'm not the biggest fan of barbecue flavored things personally, but they were cooked well and they tasted nice. I mean, they were okay for what they were, but as I was eating them, I kept thinking I wish I had more garlic bread, or even the burgers. The roast potatoes, though, to be fair, they're also very, very good. There's just something about them. They've got the nice little bit of crunch on the outside, and they're just cooked so well. They probably use a lot of butter on them. That's why they taste nice. Everything with butter tastes a lot better, but it's also probably not as good for you. But yeah, those roast potatoes are fantastic. And then the mac and cheese as well. I have to give a shout out to the mac and cheese. It's nothing special. It's not like mind-blowing, but if you enjoy mac and cheese, it's definitely a good one to get here at Downtown Restaurant. But again, the highlight of that first plate was definitely the garlic bread. I loved it so much I had to kiss it. Okay, so I've got my second plate here, and it's a very different kind of vibe to my first plate. Oh yeah, it looks quite colourful though. But that mini burger is getting kind of drowned there under all the chips that I got. I'm quite hungry tonight. But yeah, I decided to go for a mini burger, as you saw earlier. A slice of the giant burger, because for some reason I preferred the giant burger last time, even though they're probably both the exact same kind of meat. It just was a bit more juicy, the meat. I like my meat to be medium and, you know, have a lot of juice in it, and the big burger I found did. A bit more so than the small one. Got the mayo, got the chips from the kids section, and then under there you might be able to find, I think, one little Mexican roll as well. I enjoy the Mexican roll so much that I decided to get another one. So yeah, I am gonna eat this now and let you know what I think of it all. Okay, let's quickly talk about my second plate and what I thought of it. So I really enjoyed the big burger. I feel like for my second plate, the slice of the giant burger that I got was probably my favorite. There's a lot of bread though, so I couldn't actually finish the breads because obviously I'd already eaten another plate beforehand too, and it's just a giant burger, so of course a lot of bread, carbs, fill you up quickly, so I left out kind of most of the bottom piece of the bread. The mini burger was cute too. The mini burger, the meat was actually better than I remembered it to be, you know, quite nice and medium in terms of the way it's cooked, which is the way I like it. And yeah, the chips are just chips. The chips are nice. They're very much skinny, kind of crunchy chips. So if you like that sort of thing, you will enjoy them. The mayonnaise, I took too much of it. So again, I had quite a bit left. I just get excited when I see mayo, especially when it's blue mayo. So that's a lesson learned for next time. But yeah, overall it was good. I wouldn't say that either of the burgers, whether it was the big slice or the small like mini burger, are outstanding or anything special that you're gonna like dream about or is gonna make you want to come back. But they're both decent, you know, things to eat here. My favorite so far is still the jambalaya that I had. And unfortunately, there's something that I had on my first visit to Pym's Kitchen, which you can check out in my video down below. They did some fried chicken, and unfortunately tonight no sign of it anywhere. And the fried chicken was actually my favorite thing of everything at Pym Kitchen. So of course with buffets, it is not always going to be the exact same. Some of the major options like the giant burgers, giant hot dogs, the pretzels will always be the same because that's kind of with the theming of the restaurant. But don't expect every single food item to always be the same. Like I said, my favorite item from last time I was here, the fried chicken, wasn't here this time. It was actually replaced by the pork chops that I showed you, like that kind of barbecued pork breast, I think is what it was called, because I don't remember them last time, and now they had those in the same exact location as where they had the chickens last time, which is a shame. So jambalaya still wins. I am rambling. I am also full, so 2 plates is more than enough for me, and I haven't even touched my pretzel. I don't think I will, I'm afraid. Again, I wish there was a way to tell them when you kind of come that you don't really want the pretzel. I thought I might be able to have some space for it, but I just don't think I will. I do. Oh, bye! Do you want to say hi to the vlog? Do you want to say hi? Hello! What's your name?
Ocean.
Nice to meet you. And who's your favorite character?
You.
You're the best. You're the best. Give me another high five then. Nice to meet you. Bye! Bye-bye! See ya! So lovely to meet you guys always. Now for my second plate at downtown, I decided to try some food from the Asian section of the buffet. So I got some shrimps. This was shrimps with chili sauce is what it's called. I've never tried it here before, so I'm really looking forward to it. I love shrimps. Got some rice to go with it. I got some noodles, and I decided to try the pork, sweet and sour pork as well. I don't think I'm going to like it because I'm just not the biggest fan of pork, but it smelled nice, right? So I'm really curious to give it a go. The second plate was probably my most disappointing one of the 3 that I had. I decided to go for the Asian cuisine, so I got myself some shrimp with chili sauce, which I was really excited about because I love shrimp and I like anything that has a bit of kick to it as well. And whilst this shrimp did have a bit of a kick to it and it was quite spicy, I had to actually drink some water in the middle of my meal, so definitely wouldn't recommend the shrimp with chili sauce if you don't like spicy food. The actual flavor of the shrimp itself, I mean the taste of it, just wasn't that good, and the sauce didn't really taste of too much. It was spicy, but it didn't really have a lot of flavor to it, so I was quite disappointed with that. The rice, of course, is just rice, so nothing to really comment on regarding the white rice. But then with the pork as well, the sweet and sour pork, I really only tried it because it smelled really good. Like I could smell it as I walked past the Asian area of this buffet, and I was like, I have to try it, even though I know I'm not the biggest fan of pork. I just wanted to see what it tastes like, and it was fine. It was fine, but I've definitely had better sweet and sour stuff before, whether it's pork or chicken or any other food. It just was very underwhelming. I still ate it because it went really well with the noodles. The noodles, by the way, the noodles from the Asian section are probably the best thing that I've tried there. They were delicious. I could have easily eaten the noodles just on its own, and perhaps that's something I will do if I ever come back to downtown. I might just get the noodles without any of the other stuff they've got in the Asian section. But yeah, it's a strange one. I've never really eaten anything from the Asian section of downtown's buffet that has blown me away, and I've tried a few things. If you haven't watched my previous vlogs of eating at downtown, I'll leave the link down below. I have a full review of eating here with my friend Eddie, so you can check that out if you want to. Back then they used to do some ducks as well. I'm a big fan of duck, especially Asian duck, and again I thought they were just a little bit underwhelming here at downtown. And so far, like I said, I've never had anything from the Asian section that has blown me away. So I actually would say the Asian section is probably the weakest section of the 3 sections at downtown personally. The Italian one and the American one both have some really good options, in my opinion anyway. Speaking of which, for my final plate, I decided to go back to some of my favorites, such as the roast potatoes, because I just absolutely love them, and I had to get some garlic bread as well, 1 garlic bread. I couldn't actually finish the second garlic bread, but it just tasted nice, so I just wanted to have it in my mouth a little bit longer. But I also decided to go to one of my other favorites here at downtown, which are the burgers. They do some mini burgers, mini beef burgers. They basically just come with cheese and a bit of a burger sauce, so if you want to put some vegetables in them, some salad, you can just do so yourself from the salad bar perhaps, but I quite like them the way they are, and they're pretty good burgers. I wouldn't say they're the best burgers. In fact, I think compared to Pym's Kitchen probably has better burgers. I just felt like the ones here are a little bit overcooked for my liking, but again, that's a very personal thing. I like my burgers, the meat to be a little bit more on the red side. A lot of people don't like that. I feel like the red meat situation is actually more of a French thing. People love it here, but internationally most people like their burgers to be more on the well done side. So I get it. I understand why these were cooked a bit more than, you know, what I like. I mean, they tasted fine, but I think I do prefer the ones at Pym's. Okay, so in terms of desserts, they've got a variety of cheeses again over here, as this seems to be the norm here in France. There you go, there's a mini cheese over there, that's cute down there. jack pepper cheese up here as well, some little croutons. And as we keep going, here are some of the other cakes and desserts that you can find here. There's meant to be a big strawberry cake down there. This one is a giant red velvet cake. Some madeleines up here. I don't quite know what the ones on the top are, but look at those mini madeleines right next to the giant ones. That's cute. So again, going with the theme, mini madeleines, giant madeleines. That's very fun. Desserts seem to be very popular as well. Not a lot of them left. I mean, they are going to bring some more out. That chocolate cake I tried last time, that was decent, if I remember correctly. And then you got some cute, colourful blue cakes up here as well. Maxi donut. Oh yeah, that top bit is meant to be a huge donut actually, and you can get a slice of it if you wish to. Here they've got some slightly more normal desserts, I suppose. This is an infinity pecan pie. Up there, wasp cells. Interesting. Carrot cake as well. They all have cute little theming on them, some Marvel themes on them as well. Yeah, they all look nice. I'm not the biggest dessert person, and personally speaking, I don't really enjoy the desserts here too much, but they all look really fun for sure. I mean, look at that giant Oreo cake in the middle. I did try that last time as well, and it was actually really nice. Basically just tasted like a giant Oreo, just a bit more creamy. So yeah, very nice in terms of the theming. You get some really fun desserts. This is the saddest plate of desserts I've ever seen, but also probably the most colourful that I've seen in a long time. As I said, I'm not the biggest fan of desserts. I mainly normally come to buffets for the kind of main courses, but I decided to go for a small little tiny madeleine just because I'm curious to see what it tastes like, if it's a good madeleine or not. And those pink things that I saw earlier, they're actually little mini donuts, so I thought I'd try one of those. I do enjoy donuts. This is meant to be a slice of a big giant donut with like blue frosting on it, and then this is the only item that I have already tried before, which is the giant, a little slice of the giant Oreo. And I do remember enjoying it a lot. So yeah, this is going to be my dessert. I'm going to eat everything now. So the madeleine, the tiny little madeleine here, looks really cute. I mean, I feel like I could literally eat the whole thing in one bite, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. That's nice. That's a pretty decent madeleine. Not the best madeleine I've had, but it's pretty good. Now let's try a slice of the giant donut. The actual texture of it, to be fair, feels more like a cake, not too doughy. I mean, it's difficult. It's really impressive actually in many ways how they build these or make these giant food items like the burger and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. Not gonna lie, the donut, the giant donut slice, tastes quite like a madeleine as well. But a really nice madeleine, definitely a better madeleine than that mini one. It's a lot more moist. Tastes really good actually. This is probably one of my favorite desserts here. Really nice, just definitely not donutty. Like, it doesn't taste like donut, but it's a cute dessert. Speaking of donuts, let's try the mini donut now. This one is pink, seems to have quite a lot of frosting on it. I'm curious to see if the frosting has any taste to it. Hopefully not, because I don't like strawberry, or it feels like it could be strawberry, but hopefully it just doesn't taste of anything. We'll see.
Okay, back to Disneyland.
It's just very sweet frosting. Incredibly sweet frosting. So if you don't like sweet things, you wouldn't enjoy it. But I actually do like sweet stuff. And this is a nice little mini donut, and it's cute, right? If you put these together, the giant slice of the donut, which is more like a madeleine, next to the mini donut, which does taste more like a donut. This is more of a real donut. This is like a really nice madeleine. Both good items. I'm happy with them. And last but not least, let's have a little bit of a taste of the Oreo, the giant Oreo, which is basically like an Oreo cake. And as I mentioned, that I have had this before, and I do know that it's really nice. Hopefully it's as nice as I remember it anyway. So yeah, let's take a little bite. It's lovely. It's lovely. Again, nothing extraordinary, nothing that I'm going to write home about. But in terms of desserts, especially buffet desserts in Disneyland Paris, this is definitely quite a good one. As for which one of those was my favourite dessert though, I'm surprised to say that blue madeleine / blue donuts, which is what it's meant to be, was probably my favourite. It tasted delicious, really nice. I even preferred it to the Oreo cake. The mini donut was cute too. The small madeleine was too dry. It didn't really taste of too much actually because it was so small. But I do recommend the slice of the big blue donut. That was really nice. Okay, so the desserts at downtown are pretty phenomenal, and they're one of the main reasons why people love coming here. You can see a selection of cheeses first over here, some salads as well. Those are cheeses, of course. We're in France. There's cheddar, there's pepper jack, and Monterey Jack as well. And then here we've got some cakes, and as I said, these are the 30th anniversary cakes that you can find pretty much in all the buffets at Disneyland Paris at the moment. But the ones over there, like that Thor's hammer, that one, which is actually, I believe, like a chocolate cake, and I have tried it before. That is only exclusive to Downtown Restaurant. So really nicely themed desserts. Yeah, over there as well. That's a Groot one. It's a Groot chocolate mousse, which I've had before, and it is fantastic. So if you're looking for cool and fun themed desserts, especially themed to Marvel characters like this Groot one or Thor's hammer, Downtown is definitely your best bet. They do definitely have some more traditional things as well, like this random red velvet cake or some donuts over there if you wish to get those instead, as well as some more Italian desserts such as this tiramisu, which I have tried before as well, and it's pretty good. They've got a chocolate fondant over here. What is this? A mango, passion and yuzu dessert. So that's that. Again, I'm not seeing a lot of vegan desserts, to be fair. Oh, that as well. I've tried it before. Basically the cannoli with Nutella chocolate in there. That's fantastic. So you can find this next to the Italian section. But then they've got that Captain America themed dessert as well, which I'm not sure what it is. Oh, panna cotta, basically. And then a meringue over there. And then, yeah, there's quite a lot going on, actually. So whether you want like a themed dessert or something more traditional, you can definitely find them here at Downtown. Or even some fruits. This is probably the first thing I've seen for vegetarians or vegans especially. And of course they do also have the 30th anniversary macarons here at Downtown. But these seem to be everywhere at the moment. Okay, now for the final part, the desserts at Downtown, which as I mentioned before seem to be one of the main reasons people like to come to Downtown's buffet at Disney's Hotel New York, because they have such cute Marvel themed desserts. So of course I had to go for Thor's hammer. I have had that before and it's really nice, and of course it's just adorable, right? It's really cool. It's a very cool dessert. And then I went for Groot as well. Little Groot, he's so cute. This is basically just chocolate mousse with a Groot biscuit on top. And then the desserts that aren't necessarily themed but taste delicious. The cannoli here with the chocolate inside, and of course one of my favorite desserts of all time, the tiramisu. So as for the desserts, I tried 4 different desserts, and I'm not the biggest dessert person anyway, and of the 4 that I tried, I will just put it out there, my favorite one was definitely the tiramisu. I wouldn't say it's the best tiramisu I've had by any means. Around the corner at Manhattan's restaurant at the same hotel, you can find a really good tiramisu. Obviously that's not a buffet restaurant, that's a full-on table service restaurant, but the tiramisu here for a buffet restaurant is pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed it. The rest of the options that I had were just quite average in my opinion. I mean, the Groot dessert looks adorable, and if you're a fan of chocolate mousse, which I do enjoy from time to time, it can be a very fun dessert, especially for children. Thor's hammer as well, which I actually do have some of it left here. It's probably my second favorite actually, because this one is also very chocolate moussey. So if you don't like chocolate, you're probably not going to like any of the stuff that I ate, but this one is a mix of a chocolate mousse as well as a bit of cake, and they do a lot of desserts like this in Disneyland Paris anyway, and obviously it's just a very fun dessert, right? Thor's hammer is just awesome. What else do you want to eat really apart from Thor's hammer? It's cool to be able to do that. So yeah, for that alone I would say it's worth giving it a go. It's worth trying. If you don't like it, you don't have to finish it. And then the cannoli was again quite disappointing. It was alright, but there are better cannolis in Disneyland Paris. At Walt Disney Studios Park at the moment, there's an Italian stand where you can get them, and they're much better over there. But again, for dessert buffet style food, the cannoli wasn't too bad either. I mean, I enjoyed eating it. I didn't finish it, but I enjoyed what I ate of it. So price-wise, at Pym Kitchen, the buffet costs 42 euros for an adult, as you can see here over there. That includes a soft drink, which I went for Vitel, a bottle of still water, but I also decided to add, a jus de pomme as well, some apple juice. So I paid extra for that, and bear that in mind, if you want any additional drinks, you do have to pay extra. It's not just like unlimited drinks, even if it is soft drinks. So altogether, my bill without an annual pass discount came to 46.60 euros. Of course, with my annual pass reduction, I'm going to get about a couple of euros off it. But yeah, I feel like honestly, in terms of price, a lot of people think this is the most expensive buffet restaurant, but it's I would say it's the exact same when you kind of add everything up, the drinks, etc. It's not too dissimilar to Downtown. I do also enjoy the little elements here, the Pym particles, even in the little bill tray that they bring you. That's just cute. I love it. This is Disney magic, right? As for the total price, as you can see here on the receipt, my total came to 47 euros and 70, and that's obviously with my annual pass reduction as well. You can see I got about 4 euros off. But don't forget, I did get a big bottle of Vitel of water, which in itself cost 6 euros. you obviously don't have to do that. You can just ask for tap water if you wish to. And then my jus de pomme, my apple juice, also costs €5. So if you were a normal person and only got yourself one drink, one soft drink, you're probably looking at spending about €48 anyway, in addition to the cost of the actual buffet, which is €42. Which, when you think about it this way, it kind of is the same price as Pym's Kitchen, you know. Pym's Kitchen, it might be €48, but you do get a soft drink included in that price, and most people want to get a drink when they come to a restaurant. So if you get a drink here, you're going to be spending around the same as if you were to eat at Pym's Kitchen. So they're very, very similarly priced, actually, I would say, which makes the comparison even more difficult. I understand. So in terms of location and theming and dining rooms, Pym Kitchen definitely has a lot more to offer, in my opinion. It's a lot more themed, and it's very fun to look at. I mean, you can see the actual items kind of being cooked, the little particles, making them big, etc. It's really, really fun just to look at that in the buffet restaurant. And then there's some nice artworks as well of different characters from the Ant-Man and the Wasp, I believe, and the Marvel Universe around the area. The actual tables, the dining tables, the seats, well, you know, everything just in the restaurant. But maybe it's because it's really modern as well. It's kind of more newly built than downtown. It just feels a lot more exciting. There's a lot going on, you know. Even if you don't eat here, if you just come and have a look at the restaurant, you're going to find it exciting. There'll be something for you to enjoy. I particularly like this artwork over here. I think it's meant to be like the Eiffel Tower, just made out of food, and really, really big as well. Very fun. Now, unlike Pym's Kitchen, downtown restaurant is a lot smaller. I do like the lights they have though. They're nicely themed, to be fair. But as a restaurant itself, it almost feels a little bit like a canteen. It's just this long area. Oh, hello. Yeah, this long area of tables, and so that's why it sometimes can feel like you're very close to other people, because there's just not a lot of space. So you can basically see the whole restaurant within a very, very short walk, and it does have some nicely themed things. Obviously, you saw the placemats earlier, and then you can see some artwork as well. Obviously, this hotel is called there's this hotel New York, the Art of Marvel. So around downtown's restaurant, you do get some nicely sketched artwork of some different Marvel characters, but that's about it in terms of its theming, as well as the lights, of course. The lights are also cool. The rest is just people are so nice here. Yeah, the rest is just a long restaurant with loads of tables that, to me, feels like you're eating in a canteen, like a university canteen or something. So nothing too special in terms of its theming, unfortunately. So, overall thoughts on Pym Kitchen here at Avengers Campus. I think it's a really fun restaurant. If you're going there for theming and really enjoy Marvel, especially Ant-Man and the Wasp, then it's a must-do. I mean, I feel like you'd enjoy yourself just because of how fun it is, you know, eating big burgers, big desserts, big donuts, giant hot dogs, a pretzel, just the way the actual tables are laid out as well. It is definitely a fun restaurant, and I really do applaud Disney for the way they've built it as well. Very, very cool. I enjoy being there. That's, I think, the main thing about Pym Kitchen. I enjoy the atmosphere. I really enjoy being there, despite it being a buffet and quite stressful, and me not generally being the biggest fan of buffets. I do enjoy my time there. Like, it's just really cool, the surrounding areas inside the restaurant. Food-wise, though, I have to be honest, I just don't think there's enough variety, in my opinion, unfortunately, inside Pym's. Now, I have eaten there twice now, and one item, as I said, was missing from my first time this time, the fried chicken. I actually asked one of the chefs as well. They said it varies. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. And today they had the the barbecued pork breast instead. So, I mean, I don't know. Even with that, though, there just wasn't a lot of variety. You saw what the buffet consists of. It's mainly a lot of hot dogs and burgers and pretzels. Of course, there are big and small, and that is kind of the main reason why you would come to Pym Kitchen. But it's nothing unique, apart from the jambalaya, which is still probably my favorite thing to get here, apart from the fried chicken, which unfortunately I couldn't eat tonight. There really isn't anything that excites me in terms of the food at this buffet, unfortunately. And whilst there are quite a few vegan options, as you saw, I did try the crab one. I just didn't think that tasted good at all. I'd be curious to see if any of you guys have tried it here, especially if you're vegan yourselves. Do you like it? Is it something that is to your palate, your taste? Because I just was not a fan. And overall, it's definitely not the best best place for vegans and vegetarians anyway. There are definitely much better options and buffet restaurants if you are vegan/vegetarian. But I would say probably compared to downtown, it might have a couple of more extra options. I don't know. Like I said, generally neither of these restaurants are the best for vegans and vegetarians. But I also would say this one, Pym Kitchen, is not very good for people who enjoy food, as in like foodies, people who enjoy a variety of foods, people who like trying new things, interesting things, people who enjoy flavor. Like I said, the burger there, really nice. The giant burger especially, the meat is done well. The French know how to make burgers. They know their meat is amazing. The cheese is great. I enjoyed the burger, but it wasn't anything special. Nothing really was. Even the jambalaya is good, but it isn't like incredible. It's not like wow, wow, wow. I never like sit at home and think, wow, I really crave the jambalaya from Pym Kitchen, if you know what I mean. So I would say that the quality of the food and also the variety of the food at Pym Kitchen isn't the best, and it's definitely not the best in terms of other buffet restaurants at Disneyland Paris, in my opinion. But let's go to downtown now. Before I give you my overall thoughts on downtown restaurant at Disney's Hotel New York, the Art of Marvel, I just wanted to give a big shout out to my lovely server at the restaurant. His name was Mohamedou, and he was just amazing.
Ciao, ciao tout le monde, bonjour et bonsoir. Voilà, on est au downtown, Hôtel Marvel. Merci beaucoup, bonne soirée.
And that's one thing to note actually about downtown restaurant. I've never had bad service here. I've eaten at downtown quite a few times, and I think this might have been my 4th time. And every single time, whoever the cast member has been fantastic. And especially tonight, he was just above and beyond. And yeah, really enjoyed it. Everyone else was great as well. You know, the people at the buffet, the guy who gave me the burgers. I didn't get his name, but he was great. So if you ever watch this, thank you so much. Yeah, service here has been fantastic, as it has been in Pym's Kitchen as well. I mean, you're in Disneyland Paris. For the most part, you're going to get good service, right? So what do I think overall on downtown as a restaurant, as a buffet restaurant, especially compared to Pym's Kitchen? Well, I think the food at downtowns personally is better. I think the quality of the food is a little bit better than what you get at Pym's Kitchen. Now, don't forget, Pym's Kitchen is still quite new. It's only been open for a month or so maybe that's why it might improve. I mean, downtown itself, over the past year that it's been open, has definitely changed a little bit in terms of the kind of food that they offer in it. But I do truly believe that the quality of the food at downtown is better. I'm not going to say it's phenomenal food. Again, you can't really get fantastic buffet food anywhere in Disneyland Paris. All the buffet foods have good food for the most part, but downtowns is just a little bit better than Pym's Kitchen. And I think the variety at downtowns is also a little bit better as well. I mean, just the fact that they've got 3 different sections, with the Asian part, the Italian part, and the American part, it just gives you more variety of foods to choose from, in my opinion. And of course the desserts are very, very well themed here at downtown. So if you're a dessert person, if you're a big Marvel fan, then you might enjoy downtown more because of their desserts. Price-wise, as I said, despite downtown being technically cheaper at 42 euros for an adult and 30 euros for a child, if you're going to get yourself a drink, which most people do, it's going to add up to probably about the same as it would be at Pym's Kitchen anyway. So you're basically looking at about 48, 49, 50 euros per adult and maybe around 33, 34 euros per child here at downtown. So really the last thing it comes down to is the theming, the environment, the dining room, and which one you prefer to eat at. Now, you saw downtown, it's not that exciting in terms of its theming. There are some artworks here and there, and the lights are cool, but apart from that, it really isn't that special. It's also quite a small restaurant, so if you don't like being in small crowded places, you might not like it. The feel of it definitely does feel like you're in a canteen. So again, for a lot of people that might be a bit of a put off, but again, the food is pretty good and the service is good, so it's one of those things. It's really hard for me to tell you which one's better between Pym's and downtown, and the point of me making this video was not to give you an answer, it was more to show you exactly what you can get at both restaurants, and then you can choose yourself which one you think would be better for your family, for you as an individual. Now, in my personal opinion, I prefer downtown just because really for me, I prefer the food. I prefer going somewhere where I'm going to enjoy the food the most. The theming, I feel like with Pym's, it's nice to go there and enjoy the theming from time to time, but in terms of the food or repeatability, like a restaurant where you're going to want to come back and, you know, have a special dish or something that you really enjoy there. For instance, with me, the garlic bread here is really nice. The mac and cheese as well, I really enjoy. So there are things at downtown that I really enjoy in terms of food that makes me want to come back to it. And like I said, for me, I tend to prefer food, when I go to a restaurant, like that's something that is more important to me than the theming. But with Pym's Kitchen as well, you really cannot go wrong with the theming. It's a lot of fun, as you saw earlier in the vlog. I do really like Pym's Kitchen as well. I feel like they're both fantastic buffets at the end of the day, and when I say I might prefer Downtown just a little bit over Pym's Kitchen, I only mean by a little bit. So if Downtown is like here, Pym's Kitchen is just a little bit lower than Downtown for me. But I really do like both of these buffet restaurants, and I think Pym's Kitchen is a great addition to Disneyland Paris, and who knows, maybe it will get better and better. And if you're a big Marvel fan, you really can't go wrong with either of these buffets. Really, it depends on the kind of food or restaurant that you're looking for. If you're more about a variety of foods, then this might be your better option. But if you're more about the theming, which can be a lot of fun as well, Pym's Kitchen is really fun. It's bigger too, it's newer, and the food options are really fun. They also probably have more vegetarian and vegan options, I would say. I think Pym's Kitchen, if you're vegan, might be a better option than Downtown. Unfortunately, I didn't spot too many vegan and vegetarian options. But again, I'm not vegan and vegetarian, so maybe I just missed something. Let me know if you saw anything in Downtown that was vegan. But I definitely think Pym's Kitchen has a few more vegan options, probably because it's newer as well, and Disneyland Paris is constantly trying to improve its vegan options. But there you go, this has been a long video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. Please let me know in the comments down below if you've been to either of these two restaurants, Downtown or Pym's Kitchen, which one of them was your favorite, or if you've only been to one of them, did you enjoy your experience? What was your favorite thing to get there as food? It's quite late now, it's about 11 p.m. and it's so strange seeing the entrance of Downtown restaurant so quiet. It's because obviously they're not taking any more bookings. I think the last sitting at Downtown might be at 10:30. That's the thing too, Downtown restaurant is very, very popular, and because it's a small restaurant as well, it's pretty difficult to get a reservation. So if you want to book here, make sure to book in advance and try your best to get it, because it can be quite difficult. And the reason is because it's really small. As you saw, they don't have too many tables, whereas Pym's Kitchen has a lot more tables going on for it. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am very, very full. I've enjoyed all the food I've eaten, more or less. There was not a single thing that I hated. Some of them were just average, some of them were fantastic. But yeah, I love being in this hotel as well. This is another reason I love coming to Downtown Restaurant, because this is a beautiful hotel. I love it. It is such a good hotel. Right, I need to stop rambling. Subscribe for more videos if you want to see more of my face. Follow me on Instagram. Like this video if you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.